Once again, Jamie Fraser has always lived his life on the edge of danger. But the world around him in Season 8 feels more deadly than anything he has faced before. The Revolutionary War is not a small conflict between a few enemies. It is a massive war that is changing the future of an entire nation. Armies are growing larger, battles are becoming more brutal, and every soldier walking into a fight knows there is a real chance they may never return. For Jamie, this is not just another battle he can walk away from. He is older now, wiser, but also more tired from the many wars he has already survived. Throughout the series, Jamie has proven again and again that he is willing to risk everything for the people he loves. He fought to protect Scotland, he fought to protect Claire, and he fought to protect his family and his home. War has always followed him like a shadow. No matter how much he tries to build a peaceful life, another fight always seems to appear. But Season 8 places him in a situation where the dangers feel much closer to the end than before. The Revolutionary War is not something Jamie can easily avoid. And once he steps onto the battlefield, he becomes part of a conflict that destroys countless lives. Episode 2 begins to build tension around Jamie's role in this war. The story slowly reminds viewers that even the strongest warriors cannot escape fate forever. Jamie has survived battles that looked impossible, but survival in war is never guaranteed. Every sword swing, every gunshot, and every moment on the battlefield carries the risk that things could suddenly change. The show seems to quietly ask a painful question. How long can one man continue surviving wars that take so many others? Another reason this moment feels so dangerous is because Jamie is no longer fighting only for honor or survival. He is fighting for a future he may never see. The Revolutionary War will shape the world that Brianna, Roger, and the next generation will live in. Jamie understands that the choices he makes now will affect the lives of his family for many years to come. That knowledge adds a heavy emotional weight to every step he takes toward battle. At the same time, the series is moving toward its final season, and that naturally makes every moment feel more uncertain. When a story reaches its ending, writers often raise the stakes for their characters. Fans begin to realize that not everyone may survive the final chapter. For a character like Jamie Fraser, who has been the heart of the story since the beginning, even the idea of losing him feels almost impossible. Yet the show is slowly planting small hints that the coming war may test him in ways we have never seen before. This growing tension is what makes episode 2 so powerful. It does not openly say that Jamie will die, but it creates a feeling that something important is coming. The battlefield is getting closer. The risks are increasing, and Jamie once again prepares himself to stand in the middle of danger. Fans watching these moments cannot help but wonder if this time the story might finally push Jamie into a fight he cannot survive. Episode 2 also begins to drop small hints through its visuals and emotional tone that something serious may be waiting ahead for Jamie. The tension does not come from loud warnings or direct statements. Instead, the episode builds a quiet sense of danger. The war scenes feel heavier. The conversations feel more serious, and Jamie himself seems more thoughtful than usual. It is almost as if he understands that the battles coming next may not be like the ones he fought before. One of the strongest signals comes from the way Jamie looks at the people around him. Throughout the episode, there are moments where he watches his family with a calm but deep expression. These moments may seem simple at first, but they carry a strong emotional meaning. When a character in a long-running story begins to look at loved ones in this way, it often suggests that they are thinking about what might happen if they never return. Jamie has always been brave, but bravery does not mean he is blind to the risks of war. The Revolutionary War itself is becoming more dangerous with every passing moment in the story. Armies are growing stronger, leaders are making bigger decisions, and the battles are becoming more organized and deadly. In earlier seasons, Jamie often fought in smaller conflicts, where personal skill and quick thinking could help him survive. But large-scale war works differently. On a battlefield filled with hundreds or even thousands of soldiers, even the most skilled fighter can fall in a single moment. A stray bullet, a surprise attack, or a simple mistake can end a life instantly. Another important detail in this episode is the way the story reminds viewers of Jamie's long journey through war. He has survived prison, torture, and battles that destroyed entire armies. These past experiences have shaped him into a strong and respected leader. However, they have also taken a physical and emotional toll on him. Jamie is no longer the young warrior he once was. He carries scars from many fights, and those scars remind us that survival always comes with a cost. The episode also shows how deeply Jamie understands the weight of leadership. Many soldiers look to him for guidance and courage. When he stands in front of them, they believe they are following someone who knows how to survive impossible situations. But leadership in war is a heavy responsibility. Every decision a leader makes can send men into danger, and sometimes those decisions lead to tragic outcomes. Jamie knows this better than anyone, and that knowledge adds pressure to every choice he makes. At the same time, the emotional tone of the episode creates a feeling that the story may be preparing for a turning point. The conversations between characters feel more meaningful, almost like moments that people share before facing something life-changing. These quiet exchanges do not openly talk about death, but they carry the kind of emotion that often appears when a story is building toward a major event. Fans who have followed Jamie's journey for many seasons know that he has escaped death more times than anyone expected. There were moments when it seemed completely impossible for him to survive. Yet somehow he always found a way back. Because of this history, viewers naturally believe that Jamie will once again overcome whatever danger stands in front of him. But episode 2 gently challenges that belief. It reminds us that war does not always allow heroes to escape forever. This growing uncertainty is what makes the episode so powerful. Instead of giving clear answers, the story slowly builds a sense that Jamie may soon face one of the most dangerous moments of his entire life. The battlefield is approaching. The risks are growing larger. And every step Jamie takes toward war feels like it could lead him closer to a fate that even his courage might not be able to stop. Episode 2 also cleverly uses the trailer and key scenes to plant subtle hints about Jamie's fate, creating an almost constant sense of tension without ever directly saying he might die. The way the camera lingers on his expressions, the way he pauses before giving orders, and even the shadows in the battlefield scenes all work together to make viewers uneasy. It's the kind of tension that keeps fans on the edge of their seats, constantly questioning what could happen next. Nothing is overt, but the emotional weight of each scene carries the unspoken possibility of danger, and Jamie's presence feels increasingly fragile. One of the most striking ways the episode hints at trouble is through the trailer imagery. Even brief clips reveal Jamie standing in the midst of chaos, with smoke, fire, and gunfire surrounding him. While he has faced similar situations before, the tone here is different. There's a sense of finality in the way the scenes are shot almost, as if the universe is quietly telling viewers that this is no ordinary fight. These visual cues are subtle, but for fans familiar with how Outlander builds tension, they suggest that Jamie may be stepping into a moment that tests not just his strength, but the limits of his luck and survival. Dialogue also plays a significant role in shaping the suspense. Lines from Jamie and other characters hint at the cost of war and the inevitability of danger. Phrases about duty, protection, and sacrifice appear multiple times throughout the episode. They might seem like normal wartime talk on the surface, but when examined closely, they carry a heavier undertone. Jamie's words feel more deliberate, reflective, and even resigned at times, as if he is aware that the battlefield could change everything. It's a clever technique by the writers to make viewers question whether the series is preparing for a major turning point. The episode also uses silence and pauses effectively. There are moments where Jamie stands alone, staring at the horizon, or simply listening to distant cannon fire. These quiet sequences are more than just scenic, they emphasize the gravity of the situation. Viewers are forced to focus on Jamie's internal state, his emotions, and the way he faces danger mentally as well as physically. The lack of action in these